globe and welcome to the 1311th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar, and that of course would be me. Good evening, traders. This video, 13th and 11th installment of these nightly videos, or just about nightly. These videos are geared to help teach you the art of technical analysis, except for Friday's video, which would have taught you the backwards art of technical analysis, because we got our butts handed to us on Friday. The second the market filled us, it started to go against us, and then it just kept going against us, and it stopped us out, both NASDAQ, S&P, and Russell, if you took all three. Ouch. However, one salvation, traders, ask yourselves what happened in the trading chat room you were in on Friday, because here's how a professional like me behaves. As soon as I seen that we were completely wrong in our call, no more buying for the rest of the day. We bought once, we got stopped, we backed right off and started to observe, because I have no ego. I do not have to be right. If the chart or the analysis that we did turns out to be wrong, I do not keep going after that same trade because my ego tells me I'm right today. Wrong is wrong. So I'll ask you to ask yourselves, what happened in the chat room you were in? I'll bet you were in a chat room where they kept buying all the way down until they finally couldn't take it anymore, because most chat rooms are filled with traders who have too much ego and think that they know what's coming next. The only way to get that right is to use charts. Now, charts aren't going to be 100% accurate. You're going to get a day like we seen Friday, but you've seen enough of these videos to know that a chart is the most accurate piece of analysis that is out there, in my opinion, because really what a chart is, a graph, is merely a visual look at all of the fundamental news, all of the reports, and all of the traders' reaction to such, all grouped in one thing, a visual look. That's what a chart is. It's the visual look of everything going on. Instead of trying to figure out everything going on, learn how to use the chart. Traders, we know that this game is extremely risky, causes substantial financial loss. If you were with us on Friday, you got a little taste of some substantial financial loss, didn't you? Sorry, I'm just calling the Omni. But we're ready to fight Sunday night, rock and roll, right? Brush off our knees, get back up, head down, nose to the grindstone, on to the next trade. Let's get moving. What we expect is a red arrow to start off emini NASDAQ, emini S&P, and traders, I will say this. I'm not in love with selling this, but I would never interfere with Omni. We had a massive down day on Friday, and what happened on Friday was this. Oscar's F flag got F'd, and I'm going to show you that in the next chart segment. We got F'd. Now, the thing about the F flags is they work for a long time, and then one day you get F'd by the F flag. It breaks down or it rallies out big. The one thing I have not been able to qualify or quantify yet in the last few years, I've been qualifying, if you will, the F flag since I've coined it and found it. I've been trying to figure out when that day is going to come. I've gotten very good with the use of the F flag. I still can't pinpoint that day yet. It came Friday. I didn't see it coming. But the F flag does work really well until it gets F'd. What happens after it gets F'd? That's what I'm going to show you in this chart segment. Very important. Make sure you pay attention. Traders, don't fall under the top caller's spell just yet, and I'll tell you why, and there's a little more to that, but don't fall in love with the top callers Don't fall under the spell of top callers like most do every time the market dips. And here's why. Let's be logical. I've stood in front of you in these videos and told you dip after dip. Do not listen to the nuts. It's just another dip. And we have rallied out of every single one of them since 2009. This is another dip. We are going to rally out of it. If we do not, we'll figure out what comes next. Think this. It's going to rally out because it has all the other times in the past since 2009. So think that's what's going to happen until it doesn't. However, we do have a red Omni to start the day off trading Sunday night through Monday. Now, the rest of the sentence. Don't fall under the top caller spell just yet. However, and this is important, do watch the tranny. The tranny, I don't like the way it looks even this much. And the transportation average, as you know, has been deemed the leader of U.S. indices for years and years on end. Now, we know we had a little bit of a problem because the transportation average is made up of one of the major things, of course, the crude oil and the crude oil transportation, the movement of such. The price of that has been dropped to a third this year. Maybe it's bouncing up a little, but it got knocked to about a third of what it was. And of course, that is going to put weight on the transportation average index. However, it should start to come back up, and it's not what it's doing right now. I am telling you, it don't fall in love with the top callers yet. However, let's watch that tranny. I'm going to show it to you, and you'll see why. Traders, if you like the analysis in these videos, come on down to my free trading room. It's at livewithoscar.com. Grab a free membership and come join me. I'm there on microphone, on camera. If I'm not on mic and camera, I'm there typing. I'm always there. Ask anybody. I'm there for the Europeans at night. I'm there for the Americans in the day. I'm there for the lunatics at any time. Come on out and hang out with me. The chat room's always open. All right, traders, so I want to get to the chart segment, but I do have this. I've got one open seat for my Omni Camp, which is going to be held June 5th through June 8th. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday. I have one open seat. Every other seat will be occupied. And what I'm looking for is a novice. I am not looking for an expert. I want one of you who's relatively new in this business that does know just enough about charts to pull up a daily chart and see what the graph looks like, maybe put an average on it. That's all I want from you. I want you to be someone who doesn't know much about trading. I want you to be somebody who doesn't have a lot of knowledge. I want you to be, well, in trading. I want you to be someone who hasn't gone to any seminars yet. I want someone clean. I guarantee I will fix you like that because no one's broken you yet. If you fit that mold, if you're new, if you haven't been to too many seminars where you're now jaded by someone else's nonsense, I will teach you the right way. You come on down to livewithoscar.com if you're new at this and you want a chance to start off right. Start that golf swing off correctly from day one, and you won't have to go to a golf expert 5 years later to fix the slice. Start off correctly. Start off with a firm foundation. If you think that's you, come to livewithoscar.com, click the Omni Camp banner, fill out your application, and I will call you personally. I hope one of you are brave enough to step up to the plate. A new trader is what I'm looking for. All right, with no further ado, let's go look at some charts.
So I was one of the first people to join. But it wasn't until this year that I decided to come to Omni Camp because I wasn't as successful as I wanted to be. I had some expectations and, of course, a little skepticism of how magical this was going to be. But Omni Camp was exactly what I hoped it would be.
It was more than I expected. It was a lot more than I expected. I was a stockbroker in the 80s and, been trading for a long, long time. And the things that he shows us and teaches us, I've never seen before, anything like it.
This far exceeded any wildest dream, really, that I could have had. I knew that I was going to learn a lot, and I knew that I was going to correct a lot of mistakes that I'd been making over the years. And I also consider myself really lucky. I've been lucky in my trading, but I knew that that's actually not a strategy, and that my luck was going to dry up sooner or later, and that I needed a real plan. And now I feel like I have a real plan.
Oscar addressed all my issues. That was one of the great things Oscar does, is he dives right into your particular problems and he fixes each one of us individually. So that's the magic of Omni Camp.
I think this is one of the best opportunities I've ever taken. And it was crystal clear to me that this is exactly where I needed to go to continue trading and be successful.
I would recommend Oscar, well, because of his experience and because he has a technique and a system that works. But probably the biggest reason I would recommend Oscar is Oscar's real. He really cares about us. He really cares about teaching us how to do this, and it's genuine. Thanks for changing my life. I think he's truly changed my life this week.
Omni is Oscar's market navigational indicator. And if you come out to Omni Camp, I will teach this to you in 4 days. I will transfer my 33 years of knowledge that I have put together in a very simple approach, and I will teach it to you. Now, the thing about Omni Camp is I only hold it for 5 or 6 people the most. I hand choose you. I do not want to teach these techniques to lots of people. I'll never automate it. I'll never put it on a disk or put it on a computer. So you know that if you learn these techniques from me, there's only a small group of us that will ever know how to pull the Omni trades. So if that sounds appetizing to you, you come on down to livewithoscar.com, and if you click the Omni Camp banner, you'll get to fill out an application, and I will call you personally and qualify you for a seat. I hope that you come out. I hope that you traders that have been here go home, feed your families, pay for your lives, and I hope you never forget what you learned here at Omni Camp.
Okay, traders, a familiar chart. You've seen this emini S&P daily bar chart in 4 of my last videos in a row. I told you that there was a double top coming. It actually worked, and then I said, what's next? Probably you'll hit the triple top and then get a brief pullback. During the brief pullback, guess what happened? The Oscar's F flag got F'd. Oh my God, did it get F'd? Look at this thing. It got F'd. Now that is what happens with the F flag. It works really well until that day it wants to get F'd, and then you get F'd, and that's all you can do is get stopped out, you know, because you don't know when the day is coming. I promise you this. I am working on this feverishly, and I will figure out the day that this is going to happen. This is relatively new. I've only been working on this formation for a short amount of time in my career. Since I found it and coined it the F flag, I have used it very successfully with my Omniacs, but I will tell you this, I still haven't figured out when this day is coming. Soon we'll figure that out, but we got F'd by the F flag. Here's the important thing about it. What happens after the F flag gets F'd? Here's what happens. Traders, this is the very same chart, the emini S&P. I squeezed it up a little bit, gave you more time. F flag, when you got F'd, it was more than 1 day. The next F flag, when you got F'd, it was more than 1 day. The last F flag before the one we're in now, it was more than 1 day. We've only seen 1 day so far. Based on this, we're going down again at least on Monday. Now, let's say at least on Monday because this F flag only gave you 2 big down days. So let's just say this one's only going to give us 2 big down days for now. Maybe it'll give us 10, but let's start off with 2. Because we already have 1 in place. We're looking for this one on Sunday, Monday. So that's what happens after the F flag gets F'd. It's not usually a 1-day event. It seems the effing usually lasts longer than just 1 session. So everybody get ready to get F'd again on Tuesday, or on Monday I should say. Once again, chart masterpiece, and here's what's interesting. This is the Dow Transportation Average. I have shown this to you in countless videos over the last couple of years, and here's what we've used it for many times. This is OTAPMA, or the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. What's really interesting about this average is this. I have shown you countless times if it dips to here, it'll rally to a new high. If it dips back under the average, rally to new high. Dips back under the average, rallies to new high. Dips back under the average, rallies to a new high. Dips back under the average, rallies to a new high. Dips back under the average, doesn't make a new high. Look what it did here. Now it gets back down below the average, and let me show you this thing blown up, because this is interesting. Very same chart, blown up now, and what it has created, this time below the average, instead of getting below and rallying to a new high, or trying to get to a new high, it created a bear flag. A bear flag below OTAPMA. That's unusual. It's something that needs to be watched, traders. Keep your eye on this. A bear flag developed below OTAPMA in one of our serious leaders, the Dow Jones Transportation Average. That is a caution sign. So I will tell you that much. Don't fall in love with the top callers just yet, but do watch this tranny. Let's hope this is a false flag and it goes up, not down. But if this starts to break down, it's going to go down for a little bit. Traders, please pull your own charts, do your own analysis. Never accept anyone's technical opinion until you've done your own research. So, traders, you've seen the charts, and there is my technical argument for why we've got the red arrow to start off April 20th, Sunday through Monday. We're going to start off with the red Omni, but I don't know that it's going to stay that way because if it dips deep enough, the buyers may come out of the woodwork. So we're starting off with the red Omni. Anything could happen before the day's over. Traders, come on down to livewithoscar.com. Sit with me and see where we end up as the day progresses. Now, you've seen the Omni Camp commercial. I am serious. I want a newbie. I want a person that is not jaded. Come see me before you get jaded. I promise you will not be jaded ever again. Just come on out. If you're new, we'll see what happens. All right, that's about Omni Camp. All right, traders, so remember, no matter what's going to happen tomorrow, keep your eye on that Tranny for the next few days because that is a very serious event I just showed you. Now, it's also the first time I've showed you a caution sign in many, many of these videos. But it's there, so I presented it to you. I'm not blind. I don't have a bullish attitude. I read charts. When they're bullish, I'm bullish. When they're bearish, I'm bearish. When they're showing signals like that, I'm very, very attentive. You should be too. All right, traders, so that's about it for Monday night. I will start showing you more weekly charts during this week. And in all honesty, the weekly charts will tell you do not consider falling in love with the downside, except for that Tranny. The Tranny is the only one that looks ugly. On weeklies, the other charts, NASDAQ, Russell, S&P, Dow, look fantastic on the weeklies. Fantastic. So again, let's trade the daily tomorrow and see what's going to happen. I'll present you another video with some weeklies tomorrow night. All right, traders, that's it. I'll see you at livewithoscar.com. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in, and put them in first. Emotions are rock and roll. I'll see all you lunatics at livewithoscar.com. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.